fellow budgeters, my name is Brandy and you're watching From Debt to Dreams, and on this channel we're paying off over $400,000 worth of debt, but don't you fret, more than half of that is our mortgage. And today we're doing a budget with me and also a cash stuffing. So I get paid today. I'm filming this on Friday, August 29th. And if you can hear the fan in the background, my apologies. It's really hot in my room. If I turn it off, I will die. So here's what we've got going on. I expect our earned income to be $3,850. It'll probably be a little bit more than that because I under budget for our income and I over budget for our expenses. In our cash envelope rollover, we have $509, and then in our income account, I have $1,110. So that equals $5,469. Now, let me explain this really quickly, and I really need to come up with a graphic for this. For a long time, my husband and I were a month ahead. And when we decided to be a month ahead and we finally got the money to become a month ahead, I opened up another checking account. So I had one checking account where all of our paychecks were going into, and I have another checking account where all of the expenses come out of. So all of our checks are deposited into what I call our income account. And then when paydays hit, I transfer that money from the income account into the expense account. I did not, we had an emergency happen and I needed to use some of that month ahead money. And so we're no longer a month ahead. We're like maybe a week and a half or almost 2 weeks ahead, but not quite. So I did not close the income account because my husband and I are spenders. And if we see the money in the expense account, we will spend it. So that's why these systems work well for us, because if the money is not there, then we're not spending it. So that's why if you see this income account, that's what that means. So I had $1,110 in there. So all that together equals $5,469 that we have to play with during this budget cycle. So during this budget cycle from August 29th to September 11th, we have to pay Spotify for $15, our mortgage for $1,940, Piedmont Natural Gas is $60, Focus Internet is $100, Peacock is $10, Compassion International is $65, H2Go is our water bill, and that'll be about $100, T-Mobile is $200, and then I have to get some dental work done, which will be roughly $100. So with all of that put in there, those fixed expenses come out to be $2,590. So when we subtract that from our $5,469, we have $2,879 left over. So then we come down here to what this in the Budget Mom Paycheck workbook says, variable expenses. This is more of our regular spending, I guess is what I might call it. So for groceries, we do $600. That's $300 per week. School had $41 already in there. We're adding $30, so we're going to have $71. Scouts had $463. We're going to be adding $320, which then puts us at $783. And the reason why we're putting so much in there the last couple of months is because our yearly dues are coming up for Colin, and Josh has decided he wants to join Scouts. So we're going to have to pay dues for the rest of 2025, which will be a couple $100, maybe not, I don't know. And then I'll have to pay dues again for the year 2026. So it's going to be a pretty big expense coming up soon. So we're just trying to beef that up a little bit. Haircuts has a rollover of $5 and I'm adding 20. So there's going to be $25 in that envelope. We're going to do $200 for our gas and $11 for our dog Sadie. I don't have any plans or budgets for health, takeout, or fun. That stuff is usually comes out of the extra money that we might have when I under budget for income and over budget for expenses. There's always a little extra money in there for me to play around with. We're just not quite at the point where I can know exactly what to budget for. We are very careful and we have gotten way better at the takeout spending. But that's just how I do things, and that's working well for us. All right, so all those together is 1,690, which leaves us with $1,189 left over to play with. So then I come over here to some of our savings goals, which you normally just count these as sinking funds. We're going to put $40 into our HOA, $40 into pest control, $5 into extra heat. This is because I am on what I thought was budget billing for my heat. And after a 12-month period, they decide if you're going to owe them money or not. And I'm putting a little bit of money aside just in case we do owe some money. It doesn't look to be that way. We barely use our heat or gas bill or our gas. So then Jason is going to get $21. $20 is for his spending and $1 is for his saving envelope. I'm getting $1 for my envelope. Annual fees, car care, clothing, and Charlotte Football Club are all getting $5. And then we don't have any celebrations that we need to worry about this month, so I'm going to do $0 there. So that leaves us with $127 for this total. So then we have $1,062 to keep playing with. Down here we have what is labeled debt, but it's just more for me, more savings or a different category. I don't really know how to explain this category really, but I have Christmas for $53, and then my play and pay or my emergency fund, which is $355. So $5 of those dollars are going to go into my emergencies fund envelope. I put envelope into that money consistently every single paycheck. And then $350 of those dollars will go 60 of those dollars goes into the mini Mondays because I've upped that to $30 per week. And then the rest of that money, which I think is $290, goes into my play and pay binder. So it's $290 for the 2 weeks. So what is that, $175 maybe? I can't do math right now in my brain. Whatever $290 divided by 2 is, that's what we'll do for our play and pay. Okay, so that's it. Now let's get into the cash stuffing. All right, here's the money for our cash stuffing. So let's get that counted. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 500, 600, 20, 40, 60, 80, 700, 20, 40, 60, 80, 800, 20, 40, 60, 80, 900, 20, 40, 60, 80, 1,000, 1, 20, 40, 60, 80, 1,100, 10, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60, 61, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So 1,166? Was that what I said? I don't know anymore. It doesn't matter. Okay, here we go. So we're going to do groceries, and groceries gets $300 each week. They only had $100 in 50s, so one of the weeks is going to get $200 in 20s. Alright, so let's just count that up real quick. 100, 200, 20, 40, 60, 80, 300. Put that in there. That's for next week. And here we go. These $100 bills are so new, they feel fake. 100, 20, 40, 60, 80, 200, 20, 40, 60, 80, 300. That is for this week. Perfect. All right, school is gonna get 30. So let's write that down. All right. I did that with 20 and 2 5s because of the hot lunch situation. So we got 20, 30, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60, 65, 66, 67, 68, 69, 70, and 71. So that's good. All right. Scouts is getting 320. So we got 1, 2, 3, and 20. Let's see what that brings us to. We should be at 783. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 20, 40, 60, 80, 700, 20, 40, 60, 70, 80, 1, 2, and 3. 783. Which is really good. Both boys' scouts dues will be due soon. Say it as many times. Say it silly. Okay. I can't even talk. Okay. Haircuts is getting 20, which means we should have 25, which we do. And little Josh wants a haircut, so I think we'll get that done for him this weekend. And then Sadie gets $11. Sadie is our little chihuahua, and we pay someone to come to the house and cut her nails, so that way I don't have to take her to the vet, because she won't let me do it herself. She won't let me do it myself. I would love to. I used to. I tried, and she bit me. And I don't plan on doing that again. Alright, let's see what this is. Okay, here we go. HOA is going to get $40. So let's write that down real quick. Alright, so we should be at 220, 20, 40, 60, 80, 100, 20, 40, 60, 80, 200, 5, 10, 15, and 20. Pest control is gonna get 40 as well. So we should be at 130. 20, 40, 60, 80, 100, 10, 20, and 30. Perfection. Car care is gonna get 5. I moved some of my envelopes around, and so I'm a little confused. But that's alright. Alright, we should be at $55. 20, 30, 40, 45, 50, 55. Whoops. Clothing is also getting $5. Clothing is what we are using to save up for the Jonas Brothers concert. I want to get myself some merch. And I don't want to have to skimp on the merch that I get. So I've got my eye on a couple of things. Alright, so we should have 80 now. 20, 40, 60, 65, 70, 75, 76, 77, 78, 79, and 80. Charlotte Football Club gets $5. Let's see what's... Ooh, my makeshift trackers here. My husband and I like to go to the very first game of the season, and so that's what we're saving for. Alright, we have 20, 40, 50, 55, 60, 65, 66, 67, 68, 69, and 70. Alright. And the rest is something I'll be doing later. Alright. So then we come in here. And Brandy just gets $1. And we are going to color in the other half of this shoe, because each shoe equals $2. It says treadmill savings. I don't know what I'm saving for. Is there a B in here? There is. Alright, so we have 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, and $32. Get in there. Alright. Jason, my good-looking husband, is getting $1 in his savings. Payday. plus 1, so he should be at 15. Is there a G or an H in here? Nope. That's too bad. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and 15. And he has so much because he gets so lucky that I guess G and H bucks are over in this area a lot. All right. Annual fees is getting $5. So we should be at 75, and that is a jinky 5. I don't like that 5, but that's what they gave me. So we have 20, 40, 50, 55, 60, 65, 70, 71, 72, 73, 74, and 75 for annual fees. And that is like something we're saving for like our Costco membership or something like that. All right, extra heat is gonna get 5. We should be at 55 now. 20, 40, 45, 50, 55. And emergency fund is gonna get 5. And good news, we've reached $50, which means I get to take this to the bank and throw it in our emergency fund. So we have 20, 30, 35, 40, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, and 50. So what I'm gonna do is put a paper clip on it. I'm gonna write a sticky note that says this came from the e-fund cash envelope, because this is going to go in the bank, but we can, since we're putting all of our money in the bank, like our savings challenges, let's just put it in this completed savings challenge folder. Okay, so it's not technically a savings challenge, but it is something, oh, I'm bumping, it is something that we've done. All right, so that's good. So the next time we can just start on this side. Emergency fund. Good. Okay, and then the rest of these are good. All right, so then we should have $20 for the husband to spend, and then this should be 53. 40, 50, 1, 2, 3. Perfect. So let me get my tracker out. And we are using the 52 envelope challenge to save for Christmas this year. And today we're going to do 32 and 21. Perfect. All right, so let's get that out. Move this to the side. Let's see, 21 and 32. Get the money out of the way. All right, let's do 21 first. Perfect. Put it back here, and 32, 20, 31, and 2. And put it in here. Oh, I was like, why? Okay, there we go. We're almost done with that. I can't wait to unstuff that. And then we get to start shopping for Christmas. All right, my friends, that was it for us today. I hope that you enjoyed this video. I want to thank you so much for being a subscriber or even just stopping to watch this video. It really makes my heart happy to know that people are interested in how I'm spending my money. But I hope you have a really great day, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.